Hi everyone, welcome to another one of our NCAA picks videos. We're moving into the first week, Friday, August 30th. We got 3 games on schedule that we're going to be picking from. We're going to start with Western Michigan Broncos at the Michigan State Spartans. The Spartans are 28-point favorites. Along with me is Joe Camilleri. And Joe, who do you like in this game?
I'm going to take the 28 points with Western Michigan. They got quarterback returnee, his first full season, Tyler Vandergloben returns. He was 61% completion rate last year, threw for 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. They also return 5 more starters on offense, 7 starters on defense. They got 3 of their 4 top wide receivers back from last year. They did have a 4-8 record last year, but I like the Trojans in this one. I'm not sold on Maxwell returning for Michigan State. They coming off a bowl win last year. They had one thing with Michigan State was they had a top defense. They averaged only 16 points against per game last year. They were ranked in the top 10 in all defensive categories. So I think they're gonna shut down Western Michigan pretty much, but I just don't see them winning by 4 touchdowns.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Spartans, and for many of the reasons you mentioned, Michigan State's had great defense ever since Mark D'Antoni came in and took over the reins as that head coach, and they only lost a few starters from that defense. And on offense, the big loss is Le'Veon Bell, but we saw when they lost Javon Ringer, they were able to replace him for a couple years with just a rotation of backs. So I think that's going to continue. I like the Spartans and giving the 28 points. I think that even though there's concerns about Maxwell, I just don't see Western Michigan getting more than 10 points in this game. I think Michigan State cruises to an easy victory. Let's move to our second game, another big spread. Florida Atlantic travels to take on the Hurricanes, where the Hurricanes are favored by 32.5 points.
Like I mentioned in my other videos, I don't like to take teams that are favored by that much. I've noticed in the past, a lot of times when I've taken teams that, like I said, were favored by 17 or plus points, I always seem to get burned on it. So I look at the 32 points this week with the Miami. My previous 2 picks, the Michigan pick, and I forget the other pick. There was a big spread, but I'm going to go on a limb this one. I'm going to take Miami with the 32 points. I'm going to hope they win by 33 this week. So I'm going to take the Canes.
And I'm also going to take the Hurricanes. I think that Duke Johnson's going to have a big game running the ball, and Alec Golden is one of the best coaches in the ACC. I don't see them doing anything but blowing the Florida Atlantic Owls out. Let's move to our third and final game. We've got a battle inside the state of Texas. We've got the Texas Tech Red Raiders traveling to Dallas to take on the SMU Mustangs.
I'm going to go Texas Tech minus the 6 points. Even though their quarterback is game time decision with a back injury, they returned 5 starters on offense. Top wide receiver is back this year. They're coming off 8-5 record, averaged 495 yards per game last year, which is in the upper half of the nation. I'm not real sold on SMU. Derek Gilbert comes back, 53% completion rating, 15 TDs, 15 interceptions. In a June Jones run offense, that's not great numbers. 7-6 record they're coming off from last year. One thing good with SMU though, their 3 of their 4 top receivers are back from this year, and their 2 best running backs also returned. So they're going to be tough. I think it could be a tight game, but I think Texas Tech pulls it out by 7 to 10 points.
If there was ever a game to take the over on, you have to figure that Cliff Kingsbury is going to put up the ball a lot, and Texas Tech's going to put up a lot of yards in this offense and put up a lot of points. And then you have another man who likes throwing the football, June Jones, and Garrett Gilbert, their quarterback, the former Texas Longhorns quarterback, who played that national championship game against Alabama. I like the Red Raiders. I think that Cliff Kingsbury, his first year as head coach, is going to want to go out there, make a statement, show that he is a dominant force in Texas football, and win this one. I'm going to take the 6 points. I'm going to give the 6 points on the Red Raiders, and that's how I like it this week. Now, just if you want to leave your comments of who you take, what your thoughts of our analysis are, leave your comments below. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We look forward to hearing from you.
And may all the winners be yours.